what's happening, guys. Day 3, it's 7:52 at the moment, and I've got about a 10-minute walk to get to the actual depot today. The reason being is they've brought in this new parking thing where you're not allowed to park in the visitor parking because technically I'm now an employee, and because of that it means I've got to try and find a parking space and try and find somewhere to walk from, and in a safe manner. So I am literally as far away from the depot as I could get in the premises, which is an absolute nightmare. So anyway, I better go because I've got an 8-minute walk or a 10-minute walk to try and get to where I need to be to get started. So I'll tune in with you guys in a little while.
Well, good morning everybody. It is Wednesday morning. It is 9:04. I'm out of breath because we just had to run to school. Sammy was slow again this morning, so I never filmed anything. We were all really tired and upside down. Stephen left at 7:25, because funnily enough, if he leaves at 8:30, he's quicker than he is if he leaves at 7:30, which you would think would be faster, but apparently the traffic's a lot heavier earlier. But anyway, so he left at 7:25. He is not home, I think, until 4, so he'll be home, quick shower, straight back out to the shop. He was out at training last night and I think he got to sleep about 2, so he's knackered. He's going to crash, and he's supposed to be working on Saturday and Sunday at this other job for the training. He used to do, I can't remember what it is on Saturday, and it's bus familiarisation on Sunday, I think. So he's going to be doing 7 days, and he's back in next week, so it's like, it's not even 7 days, it's what, 7 and 5 is like 11 days in a trot. 11? Is that right? Yeah. Yes, it is. Maths. You'd never guess as a bookkeeper. 11 days on the trot, so he's going to be exhausted. Absolutely exhausted. He is running on Red Bull at the moment. He doesn't drink tea or coffee, so that's his running on coffee is Red Bull. So I feel for him. He is going to be shattered. So this morning I was up at 7, awake at 5. My body clock seems to want to wake up at 5 o'clock, but I'm awake at 5, tossed and turned, opened the window because it was melting, went back to sleep, slept until 10 to 7. Why is it your body does that? Like, your alarm's set for 7 and it goes, oh, be awake 10 minutes, and you think that 10 minutes could have been so important, could have been such the best sleep of my life. Anyway, I decided to lie there, and I was just drifting back off to sleep when the alarm went off, so I did snooze it for 5 minutes, and then Stephen got up, so I decided to get up and go and have a coffee. Put the washing baskets down, sorted all the washing out. Had to run after the pups because they stole all the knickers and all the socks out of the washing. No wonder we're churning through brand new knickers like it's going out of fashion. They chew the gussets, particularly Sarah's. They steal Sarah's and run away with them. Or socks, and they chew the toes off the socks. So yeah, so I did that, got the kids up. Eventually they crawled out of their beds at 8:20. Sammy stared at his chocolate hoops until 9:15. Having not ate a spoonful, I don't want it, Mum. He's just too tired. So he's away to school on an empty tummy, but what can I do? I did try and feed him breakfast. I shouted them. I started moving them at 7:30. So when I went up the stairs, after sorting the washing out, I started shouting them at 7:30. Had my shower, got dressed, shouted them again, went back down the stairs, took the washing down, sorted the washing, shouted them again. I must have shouted them about 8 or 9 times, but they just were not for moving this morning. Next week, they obviously are in their summer holidays, so things move down a gear, so it's not as... my work gets a bit more flexible with me on days like today where I'm going into work, because I've got to take them over to their out of school care, and it's their holidays, so I like to let them sleep a bit later. Then basically what happens, they allow me to be a bit more flexible, so I might not actually go into work till 10, but that means I work till 3, or sometimes I build up some extra hours, so I'll maybe do 10 until 4 or 9 until 4. I'll do like almost a full day, because I've got the allocation of the childcare, you're paying for it. I'll build up some toil, so that'll give me a couple of extra days off without affecting my annual leave. My line manager, she's away on annual leave at the end of July, so I'll probably be required to do a bit extra hours then, just to infill some of her sort of tasks as well as my own. I only do 15 hours a week, so I can't take anything extra on top without doing a wee bit extra, which I don't mind. I actually don't mind. They'll either pay me or they'll give me the time back. They're very good with me, so that's good. So that happens. So next week move down a gear, so they get a wee bit more longer lies and we're not as rushy in the morning, so that's a wee bit better. And just like Tuesday mornings, we don't have to be at the shop till 12, so I don't need to start moving them till 10, half 10, you know, it's a wee bit better. They do a lot of trips with this, so that will mean they need to be over there a wee bit more earlier. But anyway, I'm rabbiting. So I'm going to go to the shop, get my milk and my juice and my lunch from my work. I start at 9:30, so I've got 20 minutes, so loads of time. Do that, then pick the kids up, drop home and let the girls out and Hector out for a pee. Get the pyjamas because they go to Grand's tonight. They don't stay at Grand's tonight, but she does shower them and put them in their jammies so that I can bring them home and put them straight to bed. And then I go to the shop for 3 hours. Then it's home. Stephen and I usually like to try and grab something to eat, although both of us will be very aware that we need to get to bed early because he's up again at 7. And then Thursday he's out working. I'm doing 9 until 3, well, 9:30 till 2:30, but I also do the school drop off and pick up. And that's us. Basically, Friday is a bit later start, although the school shuts at 1 and the aftercare shuts before 5, so trying to work out logistically how to do it. It might be that keep them off school for the last day and just go to Granny's for the day. See how Granny feels about that. Because I just can't, either I'm going to have to close the shop early. Stephen says he doesn't finish till 4:20. And if he doesn't finish to 4:20, coming through Friday night rush hour traffic, whatever it is, over that way, Paul Madee is he's not going to make it before 5. So the plan is either I'll shut early and leave at 10 to 5. I can't guarantee that I'll get rid of all the customers for 10 to 5. It'll more than likely be quiet and that'll be fine. And I could take that risk. Or I just keep them off and take them to Granny's. So I'm not very sure. We'll work that out. We'll speak to my mum tonight and see what she thinks. So yes, I've rabbited for a whole 7 minutes, which is a lot of beep. And I'm going to pack up the camera just now because I look like a tool. I'm sitting outside school talking to a camera. Getting kind of used to looking like a tool though. And we will catch you very soon. I'll try and catch in with you while I'm waiting to pick the kids later and fill you in on how Stephen's day has went. And my day if you're particularly interested. And we will see you soon.
Well, afternoon. It's been an eventful day. I would like to say it was an eventful day. It was a day spent in the classroom learning some different things about low bridges and a thing about the ticket machine. So yes, it's been a day where I have been stuck in there in a classroom more or less the whole day. Yes, I did get a lunch break and stuff like that, which broke up a little bit of the monotony. It's not the fact that it's a monotonous class to go to, it's just the fact that because you've done it already, there's a lot of people that haven't done it and there's a lot of things that have to be recovered because of that. So I'm actually in the car park for the store. The store is literally just there. I'm just about to get myself organised, sorted and get in the door so I can get set up for tonight. It's actually, let me just double check my phone. It is 4:43. I'm early for a change, which is unheard of, but that's because I finished technically at 4:20, but it's taken me, we got away slightly early today, probably at about 4 o'clock, and it's taken me nearly 40 minutes to get from Glasgow to Paisley because of the traffic today. But anyway, I'll get into the store. I know there is another helmet repair, but the helmet is actually, I left at home. I'm going to try and do that on Friday, possibly Saturday. There is going to be upheaval for the Sharpmans this week, which will be put up on the social media. By the time you see this, it'll be too late for you guys to realise this, but they're actually making me work on Saturday for a tour of Glasgow, which is 7 a.m. till 3 p.m, which when I say it's a tour of Glasgow, it's a sarcastic tour of Glasgow because we've got to tour around the low bridges and we've got to basically do the paperwork on that, which could be possibly a job and finish, but then again it might not be. What that means is it could be go around all the bridges, look at all the low bridges, write in the paperwork and then leave. That's you finished for the day, or they might take you out 2 or 3 times depending obviously to have you have a look at the low bridges, because there seems to be a lot of low bridge strikes in the surrounding area of Glasgow in the last little while and they're trying to cut down on that. and that is one of the main kind of security safety aspects that you have to be very wary of. So that's one of the things that we're going to be looking at on Saturday. Sunday is bus familiarisation, which I've done previously. Basically, you go in and you learn to drive the buses. I say you learn to drive the buses, you drive the different types of buses. You're shown all different types of buses, how to start them, how to stop them, how to isolate them, make them safe, stuff like that. So that's something I've got to do on Sunday, and then we're back at route training next week, which again will be a possibility of an upheaval for the Sharpman and services. Yay. So we've got 2 more weeks of this to go. So the end of this week obviously is Wednesday at the moment. Then we've got Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday in working with the bus company, and I'm still going to be here on Saturday afternoon and try and see if I can get caught up on some stuff on Friday afternoon and Saturday afternoon. And then the following week it should be slightly easier. I think I may be in the store from about 3 in the afternoon until 5, and then you might actually find that I have to come in from 3 till 8 on the Wednesday just to try and get caught up on some stuff. But anyway, I'm going to go and get set up, and I'll speak to you guys in a little while. Well, I finally made it into the store. I had to go to the shops for some supplies for the store for tonight, like toilet paper that Pam uses and decides to not replenish. I'm a baby wipe kind of person. I need to be spotlessly clean, if you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, that's a totally different conversation. So we're in the store and we're obviously waiting for customers to come in. It's a situation where, again, this kind of off season is very hit and miss. You will find that there could be days where it's very, very busy, and there's days where it's absolutely dead. And so far tonight seems as if it's going to be absolutely dead. Then again, it might not be. It could just be the fact that the traffic is so bad. When I left today, there is a big bridge in Glasgow called the Kingston Bridge, and I was working round about that area today, and it took me 45 minutes to get to Paisley, and it's nose to tail traffic all the way back for about 7 or 8 miles on both directions. So we can understand that it does take a little bit of time for people to come in, and maybe how I would put it, the back end of the shift will be slightly busier, we hope. But yeah, we have a lot to do. I have managed to get the computer up and running tonight. There has been another 5,000 updates on my computer, which is situated there, which is the old Microsoft one. Pamela's got a laptop ready to go, and she's got quite a few emails that she's obviously going to have to reply to. So we're going to get them done and get them organised. Again, we have changed our mobile number or our shop number for the time being, and there is going to be a new number, which is obviously heartbreaking for me because we've had that 0141 889 0099 number since we started, and obviously we're going to try and see if we can work our hardest to try and see if we can get that back at some point. Hopefully we can, but it's not necessarily the end of the world if we can. So anyway, new beginnings, exactly, 2 new beginnings. But anyway, I am going to go and see if there's anything I can go and do at the moment. Again, that was pretty much a pointless update, but it's going to be like that for the next little while, I would imagine. We are still waiting on some new products coming in. We are still waiting for the sale of the house, as I was saying last night, and you might have seen it, you might not have seen it. It just depends if the quality of the video was any good. I had done a slight video on the Insta360 Go while I was driving home, and it was basically saying about the situation of selling the house and refinancing the store to try and make sure that we've got plenty of stock going forward for the new season. And obviously we would like to hold and be able to attain more stock, which is what we are actually looking at in the next forthcoming months. So that is something again that is on the cards. I have had way too many cans of Red Bull today for this, so I'm going to go and chill myself out for a little while. I'll see you soon. Right, so it is 7:47. I think we're just going to shut because it's been relatively quiet tonight. We've had probably about 4 or 5 Sharpmans in and nothing really else, if I'm honest.
We had a call on our new line.
Oh, we had a call on the new line. That's good.
Are you open tonight? Yes, I'm open tonight. Oh, you've been closed, and every time I came down, it's like we've been on our honeymoon for 10 days.
People really need to look at Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that if they're looking for updated hours. Yes, we have updated hours on our website as well. The updated hours on the website were basically stating that we were away on holiday and when we were going to be back open.
The website has the opening hours, and it does say in big bold writing, please make sure you check our socials because that's where the opening hours updates will be placed.
Yeah.
These are our normal hours. Please go to Facebook.
It's difficult to try and do it because if, say for example, if there's anything that has to be put up, the easiest place for us to put it on is our socials, as in Facebook and Instagram, because most of the people that interact with us are through Facebook and Instagram. We don't get that many phone calls, we don't get that many text messages, well, not anymore, and we don't get many people messaging directly through the website anymore like we used to. Obviously it's a slightly different platform, but do you get many people messaging you?
Maybe about 3 or 4 a day. 2 or 3 a day, 3 or 4.
It's hard because
over a week, I'm not very sure.
we've got so many places where we advertise our times and everything. Most of the stuff on Google is up to date, so the Google hours and stuff like that. Yeah.
Google
Facebook, Instagram, all that kind of stuff. Updated hours are posted weekly on Facebook and they're way in advance. So on a Monday, the first day of the week, you'll obviously know that we're closed, but there'll be at 9 o'clock every Monday there is a post goes out with every day that we're open that week, and if there's any differences in services and if there's any differences in hours, so it gives you guys a kind of indication of what we're doing. The
thing with the Google is it allows you to put on special hours, so you don't need to change actual hours. You put a special hour on and you say, oh well, our special hour on Friday is that we're closed, and you can adjust it and it overwrites what would normally be that time.
Yeah.
Which is, we try to do that for the Christmas hours when we're closed, and when we're on holiday we put them up. I loaded them, but for some reason they didn't save, and then somebody pointed it out to me on the Thursday while we were away, and then I went on and reloaded them again.
Yeah, it's not always the greatest. Some of the things that we use, like the website can be quite sticky with some things, but I'm finding it very difficult to actually put products on at the moment and edit the actual website because it's slightly different from what I'm being used to, and obviously it's a totally different system that we're using. Anyway, for tonight, we need to get to terms with it because we've got a lot of products that still need to be updated. Pam is absolutely loving life without me being in the store. This is the first night that I've been back in the store with her since probably.
I'm not loving it, but I do get a lot more work done.
She gets more work done because I'm like Pam, 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 read between the lines, Pam, 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 Pam. Anyway, right, I'm way too tired for this, so I'm away, and I'll see you guys.
Food and bed.
I'll see you guys maybe tomorrow and on the Insta360 Go. If not, I'll see you on Friday when I come back in the store on the GoPro. What's happening, guys? It is day 4 of the early morning rush, and it is 7:51 in the morning. I start at 8. I'm stuck at a set of traffic lights just outside of the depot, so I'm hopefully going to try and get in and get myself organised and sorted. See if I can actually find a parking space in this place because it is an absolute nightmare. And then obviously we'll get sorted and I'll check in with you guys in a little while.
Well, good afternoon folks. It's Thursday afternoon. It is a little before 3. I'm just outside the kids' school. I'm just about to go pick them up from school. Stephen has been out the house since 7:30 this morning, so he's knee deep in his training, as I'm quite sure he's riveted. So that's my other job finished for the week. I've got to take the kids to Asda if they want to do a little thank you card and a gift for their teachers. And then home, laundry, let the dogs out, feed the dogs, feed the children, fold the laundry. So it's housework afternoon on a Thursday, and at some point try and grab 5 minutes of rest. Anyway, I'm going to go and get them at school, and I'll speak to you all soon. So we have picked the kids up from school. Say hi YouTube.
Hi YouTube, and I also bring my football.
You took that to school, didn't you?
The talent show was today, but I didn't sign up because we were on holiday when they were doing the auditions.
Oh well, maybe next year, eh, Sarah? Maybe. Have
we told YouTube our new teachers?
No.
I can go first. Mine's Miss Todd. She is very nice. She talks really fast, but she said she was going to slow it down for me. Sam, your turn. Who's your next? Missy McPhee.
You looking forward to next year?
Yeah. Sarah's in primary in my class. No, I'm in 4 or 5.
And Sammy's in 3, 4? I don't think there is a P4 this year.
No, they're not.
So it's 2 composite classes.
2, 4.
3, 4.
And Sam had...
No, you don't put 2, 4.
So Sam had Mrs. McPhee for P2, and he wrote his name on her seat, and it said Sam, and it was a permanent marker, or maybe a whiteboard marker, and we can get it off. So Miss McPhee didn't want that seat. No, it was Miss Harvey. I got her in P2. Yeah, and you also got Miss McPhee.
Anyway, so what have you got through the summer? You want to...
I'll go to the beach.
You want to go to the beach, but we'll go
I'll go to the golfing range.
And you want to go to the golfing range?
Mini golf.
But you're going to go to out of school care, aren't you?
Yes.
And Daddy's old school.
Yeah, St. James.
Yep, you're going to have a good time, aren't you?
I thought it was St. Mirren's.
No. So we're going to go into Asda and get some thank you gifts for your teachers, aren't we?
And the sun is on and off.
Yeah,
So that's
it's
why
getting hot in the car, so we're going to go.
So that's why the light is on, off.
Yeah, Sammy, don't do that, darling, please. Right, let's go. We're going into Asda, and then we'll come and talk to you guys very soon.
Another successful day at the bus training. I am now home. I am looking forward to trying to see if I can catch some sleep, because it seems to be a new thing where my son decides that he is now sleepwalking, and the last 3 or 4 nights in a row he has been up through the night doing random things, which one of them he was sitting watching the TV in the dark with no TV on down the stairs in the living room. Worked that out. But anyway, I am home. I am going to go and chill out. I think I've got hockey later on. That is if I manage to get asleep. If I don't manage to get asleep, I'll be going for an early night because I'm out on the road tomorrow. We'll try and see if I can get some footage, but I doubt I will be able to. But anyway.
Right, let's get the floor tidied up. Move. Nope. Move. Thank you. Cleaning with puppies is always much harder than cleaning with children.
So, yet another slight interruption to the viewing. I am actually on my way to ice hockey right this very second. I'm going to train with the Urban Flyers if the road is opened. So if the road's closed, I might actually just double back on myself. You've got a lot of roadworks round about the surrounding areas of Glasgow and Paisley and stuff like that. So we're going to see how that goes tonight. Obviously, training is down in Auchenharvey and Stevenson, which is about a 25-minute trip down to near the coast. So I'll see how that goes. Hopefully no issues with the travelling and stuff like that, and we'll get back on the ice. It's only the second or third time I've been on the ice since I come back from holiday, which is obviously a little unfortunate. Usually I would have tried to see if I could get a little bit more ice time. But obviously I've been very busy with the new bus job and obviously with the store. So I've obviously fell slightly behind with the editing, which is a nightmare. So I'm probably going to have to try and spend the most of Friday night trying to edit. But anyway, right, I'll come back to you guys after training and maybe actually have a wee talk to you once I'm finished.
So it is now just going on 8:30. Sammy is, I can't show you because he's with a friend, he's tanking it round the square on his bike and Sarah's scooting behind them. They have been told to come for the shower but they don't want to. Look at these guys. Happy. Aye. That's what family evenings are all about. Housework nights, and I've got to pick Pooh up. We don't get them very often, and I didn't have one with Stephen because he's now away to hockey. He had to get a quick sleep and he's a bit hockey because it's kind of part of being in the shop as well. A lot of people expect him there, expect him to take stuff down, be there for picking up steals and asking stuff and sorting stuff out. So yeah, I'm going to go and get these guys in for their showers because they should have been in about an hour ago, but hey, school finishes tomorrow, so it's not like it's going to be a hard day for them.